What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Other Side of the Firewall podcast, where we talk about the latest in cybersecurity news, as well as we highlight those movers and shakers and glass ceiling breakers, those people of color who've made it to the other side of the proverbial firewall. My name is Ryan Williams, and today, as always, I'm joined by Shannon Tynes.
What's up? What's up?
And LeVon Maynard.
What up?
And this is the fourth time I've did this intro. So, so this week, very similar schedule. However, I had an interview with Aisha Hollins of eCISO. If I can get it through post-production and get everything signed off, it will be Wednesday's episode. If not, then it'll be my normal Ask a CISP format. But with that being said, today we have some Apple news, and I gave it to Apple's greatest hater, LeVon Maynard.
The greatest hater. I hate you, Apple. I hate the air you breathe. No, not at all. It's all good. Apple got like a small spot in my heart. I mean, I appreciate what they do. I just know what the better operating system is. When I have my Android close by, I'm like, I know why I love you now. Nah, but it's all good. No, we have an article today. This is from CNBC. This is from Kif Leswing. Apple will spend $1 billion to open 3,000 employee campuses, 3,000 employee campus in North Carolina. So it looks like Apple's, they announced this on Monday, which was, I guess last week, the end of April, that they're going to open up a new campus in Raleigh, North Carolina area. So this is like a big investment for them. Obviously, they're going to, $1 billion is probably like a small drop in the pool for them, but this is a significant amount of money especially for the area to have a campus opened up so that they can, obviously they can run business there and they can have operations running and they can, spread the influence, spread the Apple cult across North Carolina so people can start, getting their Apple products and everything like that. What else? So this is just like a, kind of like a show that a lot of these tech companies are kind of expanding outside of their typical West Coast, California, what do you call it? The
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, that's right. Spreading out outside of Silicon Valley. I mean, places are going to open up in like Texas. A lot of companies been moving around. I think it says here Google is spending $1 billion to move for a new campus in New York City. Oracle is moving their headquarters to Austin, Texas. Amazon has a second headquarters in Arlington opening up. So it's like all these big tech companies are kind of spreading their influence, spreading their footprint across the United States to kind of give some of these small or big cities some opportunities to have big tech and have obviously this helps the company in itself. They have another spread, another site for development or for their for operations and things like that. So just like another location for Apple to kind of make some resources, and obviously it's going to be a big influx for the economy there. It's going to add a lot of jobs for IT up and comers to like looking for that big tech opportunity. So I think it's obviously it's a good in the long run that these companies are spreading out and giving people more opportunity to be in tech. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they're going to need some IT security specialists there as well to make sure everything's running securely. But what you guys think about this? You guys enjoy Apple spreading their reach across the United States?
We know Apple is America's greatest company. So I don't know about that part, but I'm all for it. Obviously, the area is what interests me the most. Like to put it in that triangle, what they call it. So I was not aware they also had a Texas campus, that $1 billion campus that they're opening up. So I think that's also interesting. Like if anything, they're I guess they're kind of obviously, like you said, boosting economies, but they're going to where the talent's at. Like, so as opposed to bringing all the talent to Cupertino, to Silicon Valley, why not just influence what could be your next engineers or your next COOs or CEOs? Because I didn't know that the trio. I didn't know. I knew Tim Cook was from the area, but I didn't know the COO Jeff Williams was also from there. And then I think they said Apple Senior Vice President Eddie Q was also from there. So like the whole the what they call it, the not triage. That's what you do with somebody who's injured.
Triad.
There you go. Yeah, the whole triad's from the area. So I mean, it just goes to show you the influence that a campus can, like a school can have on a company. Like when you put the all the C-suite people from the same area there. But just we talk about people of color and what have you. Just having that base there will definitely cause a huge influx. Like they're going to be pulling in a lot of great engineers from that area. Maybe the next CEO of Apple. You never know. Like if they keep it in the family, it could definitely happen. So, but I think it's nothing but good. Apple has the money to spend, so go ahead and spend it. Google was in there too, talking about New York with $1 billion campus. That's pretty crazy as well. So shout out to them. But Apple's better, so we'll keep it there. What about you, Shannon?
So no, this is good. I mean, and like you mentioned, LeVon, like $1 billion is a drop in the bucket to them, but it's a lot for an area that isn't used to having that money dropped in it, right? And especially for the amount of employees they're gonna bring there. And so something I did look up. So Raleigh, when it comes to the demographic there, this podcast is about people of color, right? So you look at the national average, and when it comes to African Americans, it's about 14-15%, right? In Raleigh, it's 27%, right? So they even went to an area that has a higher average of people of color, Black people specifically, you know what I mean, than what the national average is, right? So that right there is a good thing. I was like, okay, yeah, you doing it, you know what I mean? And here's the thing. California is expensive. Let's not kid ourselves, right? LeVon, you could probably tell us from experience.
That's right.
Look,
sure.
California is expensive, right? So that you do see these migrations, right? And it's not just these big tech companies either, right? Like you see Joe Rogan, who's a big podcaster, like he moved down to Austin, Texas. He got out of LA, right? But San Francisco is San Francisco, right? Where's their headquarters at?
Cupertino.
Cupertino. I'm sorry, Cupertino,
Yeah.
but neither here nor there. But it's still expensive.
It's all the same.
Yeah,
Right.
it's still expensive. But yeah, it's just very expensive to be there. So it's one of those things where even though they're helping out other people, they're also helping out themselves, right? Because the
Right.
salary you have to pay in California is not the same salary you got to pay in North Carolina, right? Like you're still going to pay well in North Carolina, but it's probably going to be like when you start thinking about it, maybe 10-15% less, you know what I mean? But it's still good for people in that area of North Carolina, right? But as you let time go on, the way these things usually work is that then all of a sudden that area starts getting expensive, right? Like it starts getting more.
Right.
More. It's the same thing that happened out in Silicon Valley, right? Like it wasn't always this expensive, but as you start bringing out talent and these high paying positions, right, the market just goes up there. But no, this is a good thing, man. And I love to see these tech companies expanded out like this, right? So you don't, like you said, Ryan, have people just going to one location, right? You got
Right.
the jobs coming to them, which is a good thing, right? Like these people, because some of these people that get out of college, right? Like not everybody is fortunate to have, been in the military or some other organization that's going to pay for their education, right? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So not
Yeah.
everybody's that fortunate. So they could leave having, $100,000 in debt, you know what I mean? For student loans. So this is one of those things. It's like it's pretty good, right? So now I don't have $100,000 in debt. Then I got to pay to move out to an expensive area, and then you know what I'm saying. So
Right.
Yeah.
this is a good story. It was as I like this one. It tugged at my heartstrings a little bit seeing that 27% in Raleigh. I was like, all right, good on you, good
Right.
on you.
Yeah. And then it also changes. Cause I remember I want to say a while ago, we had a episode where we were talking about how companies become elitist because they just cherry pick from those big name schools. Like if you bring the talent, like if you're bringing the company down there to grab the talent from those schools, like now I don't have to go to an Ivy League school in order to get my foot in the door. Like as you can see, like now the top 3 members of Apple all have MBAs from Duke. So like now they're bringing it back home. So I think that's pretty cool.
Although let's be honest here, Duke is an expensive school to go to.
Yeah.
Duke is expensive. Yeah, Duke is not a public school, and it costs money to go there. But still,
Right.
no, your point is valid though, right? Like you brought them over to the South, right? So like even if it's not people from the Raleigh area, from North Carolina, right? You still got people that are going to those HBCUs in Georgia, Alabama, to where it's closer, right? Like it's not like going across the country to Cupertino, right? You just got to go a few states, northeast, you know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, no, it's still good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure there's more to come. And it seems as though there's a lot of migrating, right? Because they talked about Google, they talked about Oracle doing the same. I think we talked about AT&T, and then there was another company, not Bell South, but um, it escapes me right now. But if you would like to hear it, you can go back several episodes and work your way up to this one. So we get some more of them spins. But no, I think it's definitely a great story. We like to see that. We definitely want to highlight it every time it comes up because we just want to talk about the bad stuff that happens with companies. And I don't think this week is actually going to have that anyway. But go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, kind of on the subject, but side story. But have you guys ever seen Apple's headquarters?
I've seen pictures. I've seen pictures of it.
You see pictures of that thing?
Oh, you mean
I saw it for the first time. Like, it's a circle. It's a
yeah.
It's a O. I saw it for the first time like maybe a couple weeks ago. They had like I think I saw on the internet like they came out with like a Apple commercial, something like that. Talking, I forgot what the commercial was focused around. I think it might have been the new M1 processor or something like that. And it had it was like a Mission Impossible commercial, and the CEO, like, he has a face mask on. He's like dressed as somebody else. You don't know that in the beginning, but he's dressed as somebody else, and he's breaking into the building. Like, he cuts the glass like a circle so he can get inside of the headquarters, and he does like a Mission Impossible and floats down to. He opens up like a laptop and grabs the processor out of it, and he floats out of there, and then like he puts it like in his iPad. So I think they put the new processor in their iPad or something like that, and he takes off the mask and reveals it's the current CEO or whatever, and then I like they showed a picture of the headquarters in the big old circle, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" It seems so crazy to me. I had no idea what the headquarters looked like that, but it's like
it's my first time seeing it too. Like
if you pull it up like Apple Park, pull it up on the web, man, the thing's like what the heck is that? Like,
that's
but it's pretty cool. I mean,
a golf course in the middle? Is that what that is?
I think so. It looks like it. I got to do some research. I think they have a golf course in there. I have to see like a lake or something in a like some parks and stuff in there, whatever. They make a whole little campus on the inside.
Right. That's crazy. Imagine they build something like that.
Steve Jobs
down in Raleigh.
Steve Jobs didn't do anything halfway. I said Steve Jobs didn't do anything halfway.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has plans in the vault somewhere. They just pull them out every year. It's just like, what was he going to do in 2026? Oh, here it is.
Yeah. This thing is crazy though. It's like I never seen it until like a couple weeks ago. I'm not sure how long this has been here, but it's pretty impressive. I'd like to know all about the little. I think because I see some solar panels on the top, and obviously you said all the stuff in the middle. It's like its own little habitat inside. So that's pretty cool. I thought that was kind of interesting, but I figured I'd throw that out there since we're talking about Apple.
No, that is cool. That is pretty cool. So there's a show called Made for Love on HBO Max. And I want to talk about it later on in the rundown, but it very similar. Now that I've seen that, I see where they got their inspiration for the campus that's in that one. It makes sense now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. But that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. So again, stay tuned for the rest of the week. So we have the two topics on Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, it'll either be Ask Us SP or we'll have our interview with Miss Aisha Hollins. And then Thursday will be discussion, which I think will be pretty interesting this week. They're always interesting, but I think this one in particular, with the group of people we have, I think it'll be very interesting. And then Friday will be the rundown, which we have a lot to talk about because there's a lot of potentially whack shows and movies that came out or good. I don't know. It's a grab bag.
You have to stay tuned.
Gotta stay tuned. But thank you, Shannon. Thank you, LeVon. And everybody take care.
Take care, everyone.